Alright folks, Simon here. A little heads up, I did split this match into two separate videos because the games were so long, but so good. So you will be seeing game one here of UnSweet versus NohatCoder, UnSweet in white and NohatCoder in black. And they did play very quickly here at the very beginning, and they jumped into the game before I had a chance to set up the recording and the stream. So we did miss the first 4 or 5 moves, but as you will be able to see once we jump into it, that you didn't miss too much here, as it was a pretty normal opening for the most part. So without any further ado, let's jump right in to game one of UnSweet versus NohatCoder in this 2021 TAC Open tournament match. Okay, these guys are so fast. This is UnSweet versus NohatCoder. UnSweet in white, NohatCoder in black. They are playing very quickly. They're playing sort of... It wasn't planned. They're playing this now because UnSweet's kid is sick, and this is like the only time he's going to be able to play this. So, here we go. They've already started off with this mirrored opening. They've both dropped their opposite capstones here. It's sort of like a yin-yang right now on the board. It is pure chaos. Pure chaos. So, important things to note. NohatCoder currently ranked number 1, I believe. Let's take a look while they play. He has been ranked number 1. Okay, he is ranked number 1, just barely. He has been ranked number 1 for several years now, maintaining that position for a long time. I think for almost 5 years. UnSweet, not ranked number 1. He's ranked like number 20-something or 30-something or something like that. But he is incredibly underrated because most folks get their rating from playing bots. And UnSweet basically never plays bots. And he has more human versus human games in the game of TAC on playtac.com than anyone else, and likely has played more TAC than anyone else against humans. To the point that I'm like second in number of human games, and he's got me by several hundred. So he has played a lot of human versus human games. And UnSweet is a very strong competitor. He can beat very top players, but he is inconsistent sometimes. There are only a few very consistent players, and Fwib is one of them. But he just the other day beat Abyss in a game. So he is a very strong player and can really do some work in TAC. And we'll see how this turns out with this game versus Nohat. NohatCoder currently tied with me, actually, in points in the tournament, which means he's not playing as well as he normally does. Okay, let's see. What? I don't know about that move from white. That move, I don't know that I like that one as much, but it's probably better than what I was planning. I was thinking more of moving the capstone up, but that's probably better. Keeping the capstone blocked in. But UnSweet's a very strong player. Nohat, obviously, very strong player. And they've both been around for about the same amount of time. UnSweet famously also does not know portable TAC notation. He doesn't know PTN. So when he has joined me in the commentary booth, he doesn't really know what those what I'm talking about when I say, for example, 3c4 plus, which is the move he just made. But I think we are going to see a pretty good game here. Black filling in down there at B2, kind of getting in the way of this potential vertical line that white seems to be building towards at the moment. And black also able to build towards a horizontal line at the same time as blocking off white's vertical line. And that's an important thing to do. He's making those offensive and defensive moves at the same time. This is where things get tricky. If he wants to play, for example, at c4, black, that is, then he knows that that can be used against him in a +3 flat count differential move with that capstone. He decides to play down instead at b1, and this is a good move for a number of reasons. Number one being that he's starting to go for this both horizontal and vertical line. However, white can play now at a1 and go for that vertical line themselves. And they're just one move away. Black potentially could drop a wall on a3 there. Black dropping a wall at a3 after white plays at a1 here is pretty good. But he definitely doesn't want to do anything with c4 just yet. UnSweet's probably trying to figure out what the move is. If he wants to do a3 or a1, he probably sees that if he drops a1, that wall on a3 is going to come out, and that's going to ruin basically all of the progress he's made towards that vertical threat. Ooh, but if, for example, if we get a3, okay, so he can play at a3. That works okay. And I'm looking at potentially d1 in a future move. And then if he comes over with d6 onto c6, he can leave behind a white flat, drop a black, and then drop the capstone here, and that makes a connection all the way down, or all the way down here. It's a solid move, but it does take some setup. And is easily missed and also can be countered fairly easily, but it's a thing. It's a thing, it's an option, it's a play. Okay, looks like he went for the a1 move, and I think that was a solid play there. Solid play with the a1. Now we get the flat at a3, which is surprising. I expected a wall there. Will we get the a4? Will we get a4 from white? Ooh, Bill in the chat saying e4 and then self-smash for Tinue. So he's looking at, let's see, e4. So black placing at e4 and then black self-smashes for Tinue. Is that Tinue? Oh, it is. Oh, maybe he's thinking e6? Is it Tinue? I don't think it would be Tinue. I don't know. I'm not sure. e4. Why would e4 and then self-smash? I don't see e4 and self-smash being Tinue, but I could be way off base here. I could be way off base. And Bill is typically able to see these Tinue puzzles a lot better than I am. Bill being Rabbit Boy 84, the guy who wrote the Mastering Tack Level 1 book that you can buy on Amazon. And Pluto telling me that I might be right, that it's not Tinue. But we'll see. White now putting on some pressure, trying to capture onto A3, probably on the next turn, so we can make that tack threat. Nohat is playing fairly quickly. Okay, so Bill is pointing out that yes, the E4 cell smash is not Tinue. Okay, I was right. All right. Okay, we're good. I thought I was missing something completely. All right. Black taking his time now. Nohat has been playing above the increment this whole time, playing in under 15 seconds on average every turn. And now taking a lot of his time here on this move, trying to determine what to play. Does go for the capture, the A3 minus. I like that move for a couple reasons. So here, okay, there's a couple things I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at D1 as a placement. I'm looking at A1 plus. I don't think he needs to do A1 plus yet, but A1 plus is followed clearly by B2 left, and then you drop a wall on B2 or on A3. You drop it on A3 to protect your A4 flat from being covered up in a positive flat kind of differential move. You drop it on B2 to keep it from moving left and building towards that vertical line. So I think white, I like D1, but it also gives black the opportunity to place it A3 after you place it D1. I don't think that would be the move that he would go for, but it's a possibility. And the capstone comes down surprisingly. That was unexpected. 5c5 minus. Okay, I understand why he would do that, maybe. So from this position, he can still spread upwards for attack threat. From this position, he can still spread downwards for a +3 move. I don't think this was a misclick, like Pluto's saying in the chat there. I think that this is, yeah, it's a decent move, like Bill's saying in the chat. I think this, yeah, it opened up for a road threat for black. Now black clearly captures with this wall, right? Okay, black does capture with the wall. White cannot smash here. He would lose to a road if he did that. White could drop a wall on D5, I guess. I don't think that that 5c5 minus move on 18 was the right move there. Yeah, he does decide to drop the wall on on d5. Now, black can take that stack, that wall stack, and move the first two off of it to the left, which would renew the attack threat and also keep this wall here able to come down and interrupt other things that white's doing, and then black can just play for flats the rest of the game and be in a pretty strong position. And we do know that UnSweet is averse to flat wins. He doesn't like to win with flats, so he doesn't go for them until he basically has no choice. And we know that Nohat keeps track of flats from the very beginning, and that's sort of a consideration of his from basically move one. So he's been thinking about flats and making sure to make the most of his flat game since the beginning here. Black is going to go for that smash. Now the move left with that wall would be a road, so black's going to have to counter that in one way. He has two ways to do it that are viable. He can move d6 left, or he can place a wall on b5. I think the wall on b5 is the better play here, but he is behind, I believe, on flats. Let's take a look at that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 2 Comey is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 to 12. So I'd say SB5 is going to be the number one move here. Dropping that wall, keeping this wall from moving left. And then if it moves upwards to go right, then he can just move that wall up onto B6 to cut off that vertical line completely. Now Bill's saying black wants to play at E6, and then this B5 wall comes up left, or comes up to B6. Yeah, all of that works. Although black won't be able to smash any of his own wall right now because he is leaving a line here for white to be able to make a road there. If black doesn't make the threat by either moving this wall up or by placing it E6, white can make attack threat on this very next turn by playing here at E2. Or by playing at E3, or at E4. Any of those is attack threat. And so, yeah, he does play E6. Now we're going to see B5 plus. And then if we see B5 plus, we may see this wall move out of the way or something. I don't know. Or filling in at B5, and then you'll see maybe white drop another wall on A5. Yeah, that's probably how it's going to go. I don't think he wants to move D6 left. He is going to do the B5 plus. So the wall is moved up onto B6, stopping that horizontal line. Will black fill in here at B5? That is a question. That is a question for sure. All right, taking his time here. Nohat does need to do something. Bill is saying he needs to make some sort of defense here and is going to bring that capstone down. Okay, this is where white might go for an E2 or maybe an E1 even. I like those options. Even a D1 isn't so bad, but it's not as good as the E2 or E1. And there's Bill saying E1, just like I was saying. Look at that. Great minds think alike, and also ours. How is UnSweet going to respond to this one? Oh, he responded with the E2. Black comes down with the capstone. Will he go for E1? He could go for E1. Black's capstone likely coming over in that event to stop that. E1 or F2. I like E1 better. Don't know why. I just do. Just keep pushing those threats. Hmm. Taking his time here. Black doesn't have any threat yet, but white can make a threat now. Black can make a threat of the next turn, but if white makes the threat now, black won't be able to. It's a tough position for sure, but it's definitely salvageable. Okay, so he went for... Huh? Wait a minute. Okay, let's see this. Okay, so he went for the F2 play. Black comes right. And then white immediately drops a wall here. I don't know that a wall there is the best play, but okay. I think maybe dropping a flat at D4 would have been nice for white. The D4 flat, because that would have moved in that direction. Of the horizontal, and also could be building towards that connection to the vertical. I feel like the D4 play would have been nice after black made that capture. But instead we're going to be seeing him play at E4 here to sort of head off that vertical line that black is building towards, and also work towards his own horizontal line on this side. Playing off there now. Now does white play at F3 or at D4 or somewhere else? I think he wants to play at F3. I think that is going to be the play here. And he played at F3. I like the move. I like it. I like it. Let's see what black does in response here. If he makes a capture or something else. Maybe moving F4 minus. That could be a viable move here. But if he does f4 minus, then white plays at f4 and makes another tag threat. Bill's saying d1 for black. Okay, that would be a tag threat for black. Yeah, I see that for sure. I don't know that I like it that much. But he goes for it. Maybe it's a better move, and I just don't know what I'm talking about, which is probably the most likely. All right, and the capstone comes over. Now, this is why I was thinking maybe an f4 left would have been the better move here. The reason for it being that it's a attack threat down, and then white wouldn't have been able to move this wall right, because then doing that would have left c2 open for black to drop a flat and then create a road. So this wouldn't have been possible previously. Black might be thinking of smashing this. The smash would not make him lose immediately, but it might be really terrible for him. By might be, I mean most likely game ending. Okay, and he went for the d4 placement, which is not a tag threat. Bill's saying 2d2 minus. Yeah, I see that. 2d2 minus is a attack threat for white, so I like that move. White playing up at d5 instead. I guess to keep black from making that connection. I think 2d2 minus is the move to make because it's attack threat and it's not particularly easy to see. It may cause black to drop a wall on c2 himself, which would be counterproductive to his own designs. So yeah, I can see that being pretty viable. So I like that move that Bill suggested there. Now black's got to make a play, and playing at c2 works. That's a attack threat that white would have to respond to with a capture. White could respond to it with a +3 move with the capstone, but it would allow this wall stack to come down and make a +2 move, I believe, or a +3 move. Yeah, +3 move, I think. Maybe +2, probably +2. All right. They're both pretty close on time, just under 8 minutes now. Black does decide to play at c2, make that tack threat. Will we see white come down with the capstone to make his own tack threat, or will we see something different? Two d2 left. So no tack threat for white. But how does black respond to that? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for black on flats. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for white on flats. So 12 to 15, black in the lead in terms of flats. Black might just start pushing for a board fill, try to force something, but he's got to do it in a smart way. Whew, excuse me. He's got to do it in a smart way that keeps him from losing to a road. Black taking his time here. I wonder if he'll build a citadel up here at f6, or if he'll come down below at e1. Yeah, Bill's got a good point here. Ooh. What is that about? What to do now? Now, would he want to do maybe 3c4 right? That would be a horizontal tack threat. And it might be viable after it gets stopped to smash that d5 wall and get those two captives unleashed there. I kind of like that move. It's probably really risky, but I like 3c4 right now. Yeah, I really like that move. I really like 3c4 right. It makes a threat. It also threatens the d5 stack. It doesn't lose, which is probably the most important part. Bill's also looking at c2 left. And yeah, that works because it opens that up, I guess, for white to make that toss for the road, but it's easily spotted. I like 3c4 right. I think it's a really solid move. At least at a glance right now. Yeah, Bill's got a good point. It would need to be answered with a capture or a wall, and nobody wants to make captures or walls. Oh, what? Why would you do this? Oh, okay. I see why you would do this. All right. That's a smart move, I think, because he makes this A1 plus move, captures this, which basically says, okay, if you don't want to get a positive FCD, you got to do this. Now white takes this wall stack, brings it over, and captures onto A2. That captures this and creates the tack threat by spreading down in a less obvious way than just moving C2 left. So now we can take this C2 stack, spread it out all the way over here to A2 and make that tack threat. I like that. That makes the threat way sneakier because it's way harder to see when this is being done as a defensive move. I like it. Now, black needs to do something. Maybe capture onto B3, probably with B2. B2 plus is probably what he wants to do here. I still think initially that 3c4 right move would have been the best one for him, but I think this is a fun way to do it. But B2 plus I think is going to be really strong for black. Not only is it going to get out of the way of this positive FCD move and stop this road threat, it's also going to have a piece ready to jump up onto B4 and interrupt this horizontal anchor point line. So I think that's a strong play here. And then if black doesn't wall here, white can spread this out. White, wall stack, and then the capstone smashes down for a road threat. So yeah, a lot of opportunities here. Black instead brings that down. Now you got to be thinking that white's going to do that 3c4 right move right here. 3c4 right is great now because these flats can capture onto this stack, sure, but then you can capture this. I don't know. It seems like a good play. Maybe it's not. But black wants to smash that wall, I think, but he can't do that because he would leave behind a road. So he can't smash the wall. So white doesn't need to worry about this wall getting smashed because it would lead to black losing. Bill saying E2 plus is an option. Yeah, I actually kind of like E2 plus, but E2 plus does give black the opportunity to smash this wall on another turn after he stops whatever this threat is, whether by bringing this stack down or whatever. It would leave E2 alone, which would stop that. So I think he'd need to be careful there. There's a lot of nuance going on in this game, and they're both taking plenty of time to do it. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left versus 4 minutes and 20 seconds left for Nohat. They're both taking a lot of time on this game because they absolutely have to. It's a very intricate board position, and I do not envy them. UnSweet now down under 2 minutes left on the clock. Ooh, and here we go with 3c4 right. He does make that tack threat. Let's see how this plays out. I imagine C3 plus. C3 plus makes a lot of sense for me. He won't, if he does C3 plus, then white can't smash on D5 because then black would be able to spread down for the road. So C3 plus works really well for black. Let's see what other options he's got. Yeah. So now white needs to come back and capture again on C4. I don't, he doesn't want to leave behind a black flat here. And so black can wall on this position at D4. Let's look at the flat count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 with Comey for black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for white. So even without Comey, black would be up on flats by quite a bit here. This is a attack threat for black. Now we get the E2 plus. This is another attack threat for white. I like that. It looks good for me. Or looks good to me, rather. Now, once black stops this, black is, if white doesn't immediately renew, black can smash this stack. Does go for the wall. Now I think white needs to fill in at E2. He's got to fill in at E2 to keep black from smashing that wall. All right. What did he do instead? Okay, so he still can't smash this wall because of the C3 placement. But black might want to play at E2 here. Heck, even a wall might be good since he's so far ahead on flats. And I know that Nohat is not shy about placing walls when he knows he's far ahead on flats. Ooh. Nohat's really going for a road here. He's not trying to push it to flats at all. This is a sneaky threat. It's not actually a threat, but it's a sneaky move because white would want to smash that wall, but cannot. And black can come down and take that stack on E3 at any time. Bringing the E3 stack over to D3 just allows the capstone to take it. Doesn't want that. And UnSweet is down to 45 seconds left on the clock. He's got to really crack down on his time here. Nohat has a full 2 minutes on him. Okay, so we see the capstone come over, the wall drop. Now the flat get placed, another attack threat for white. No more attack threat for white. "25 seconds left on the clock for UnSweet." I don't really see any way that UnSweet's going to win this without smashing that stack, and that's what he wants to do. That's why he brought it down. If he does smash the stack, I don't think it's Tinue. What black can do to prevent the smash is place at E2. I think that works. Or place at D4. Yeah, D4 might work. Maybe. But Bill's saying that smashing it would be Tinue, and I don't think it is. Yeah, so this keeps white from smashing the stack. Can't do it now because it would lead to a road for black. And this is also attack threat for black. Moving F4 left would be a road. White moves that down. Black might fill in here at E4 just to keep the capstone from smashing. That seems likely. Oh, he does fill in. Okay, to keep the capstone from smashing. What is his next play, I wonder? Oh, it's E1. Smart, because now E1 plus is a road for white. That was a good move. 22 seconds left on the clock for UnSweet. Minute and a half on the clock for Nohat. This is a phenomenal game one between UnSweet and NohatCoder in this 2021 TAC Open tournament. This is round 3. Ooh, I like it. That's a great move. That's attack threat, and it basically requires a wall at F3, which doesn't help white's flat count very much at all. Yeah, Bill's saying he liked leaving one behind a lot better. Let's see, white decided to play. Oh, wait, hold on, what's going on? Oh, so black played at D4 now. What's the white capture about? I'm intrigued by that move. I don't understand it. Now that happens. White can't smash. Yeah, I think this is basically over now for white. White's got so little time left, it's basically impossible to make good moves when you've got 4 seconds left on the clock. So here's the win. Black takes this wall stack, moves it left, and that's the road. Well played, both players. Absolutely phenomenal game. That was a lot of fun to watch. A great game. But yeah, as you can see, UnSweet was just down so low on time. So hard to make a good move when you're so low. And there were some great moves from Nohat here at the end, defending this big stack from the smash and continuing to put on pressure with his own tack threats throughout the whole game. It was pretty awesome, I must say. That was a really great game to watch, and we definitely got to see some high quality play from those two players. So excellent, excellent game. I'm glad I got to see it. That was an absolutely incredible game. But that is all for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the next video, which is going to have the next game in this match between UnSweet and NohatCoder, next time with Nohat as white and UnSweet as black. It's still a great game. Maybe not as great as this one, because this was so close and so back and forth. It was awesome. Anyway, be sure to check out the description below for all things TAC, especially the Discord server, which is the community hub, and it's where you can find all sorts of people to play with online, whether that be on playtac.com, just like these games, or over on the Discord itself, playing asynchronously, and playing just one move a day if you want to, or more or less, whatever. And so lots of fun resources out there on how to get better at TAC, how to learn TAC, all that stuff right there in that Discord. So that is all. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great day and happy tacking.